This is BC Hartlen Ministries 1 Minute Preach. The parable of the wheat and the weeds. Here is another story Jesus told. The kingdom of heaven is like a farmer who planted good seed in his field. But that night as the workers slept, the enemy came and planted weeds among the wheat, then slipped away. Just like the enemy to do that. When the crop began to grow and produce grain, the weeds also grew. The workers asked the farmer, "Should we pull out the weeds?" And he said, "No, actually let them grow alongside the plants. Let both grow together until the harvest. Then I will tell the harvesters, sort out the weeds, tie them into bundles and burn them, and put the wheat in the barn." Now, after telling a few more parables to the crowds, Jesus went inside his house with his disciples. And in Matthew 13:36, the parable of the wheat and the weeds was explained to them, as he often did with his disciples, because they had open hearts and open minds and a higher understanding of his teachings that most people in the crowds didn't have yet. So in chapter 13, verse 36, he says, "Then leaving the crowds outside, Jesus went into the house. His disciples said, 'Please explain to us the parable of the wheat and the weeds, dear teacher.' So Jesus replied in verse 37, 'The Son of Man is the farmer who plants the good seed.'" So for those who don't know, Jesus used the term Son of Man to refer to himself. Sometimes he was the Son of God, sometimes the Son of Man in the Bible. "The field is the world, and the good seeds represent the people of the kingdom. The weeds are the people who belong to the evil one. The enemy who planted the weeds among the wheat is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world." Also, it says down here in the notes, or end of an age. See also 13:40 and 49. "Just as the weeds are sorted out and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the world. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will remove from his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do sin, all who do evil. And the angels will throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in their Father's kingdom. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand this." One day his disciples came to him. This is chapter 13, verse 10. His disciples came and asked him, "Why do you use parables when you talk to the people?" He replied, "You are permitted to understand the secrets." And in Greek, this means the mysteries. "You are permitted to understand the secrets and mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but others are not. To those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given, and they will have an abundance of knowledge. But for those who aren't even listening, even that little understanding that they have will be taken away from them. That is why I use these parables, for they look, but they don't really see. They hear, but they don't really listen or understand. And this, my friends, fulfills the prophecy of Isaiah. When you hear what I say, you will not understand. When you see what I do, you will not comprehend. For the hearts of these people are hardened, and their ears cannot hear, and they have closed their eyes. So their eyes cannot see, and their ears cannot hear, and their hearts cannot understand, and they cannot turn to me and let me heal them. But blessed are your eyes, because they do see, and your ears, because they do hear. I tell you the truth, many prophets and righteous people long to see what you see now, but they didn't see. And they long to hear it, but they didn't hear. They long to hear what you hear, but they could not." Now listen to the explanation of the parable about the farmer planting the seeds once again, if you want to understand further. "Behold, this is the kingdom of heaven.